This video will explain the responsibilities of employees and things you might have questions about when you have a shift. So you'll need your work key to use the lock boxes to get into the fitness center or unlock the rec desk gates. So that's what a typical lockbox situation would look like. We also have keys that will go into the laundry room, and we also have a key for the fitness center in case the scanner isn't working. The AED and first aid kit are also on the same wall behind the desk. Next, I'm going to explain the keys behind the desk and what they're used for. There are hooks with keys that are right behind the desk, and they have a lot of different uses. There's one that's used for the pool locker room, another one for the Clara Lynch upper doors, which I've never used before, one for the cage in the back room that softball players sometimes need, the club display cabinets, which we don't typically use, and probably the most commonly one is the copper basketball hoop key and then the silver floor pole cover key. This part will explain the basketball hoops and curtains in the field house. So the copper key for the basketball hoops is used on these, and you would just turn the key in the keyhole up and down. You have to hold it down the entire time until the basketball hoop is completely down or completely up. This is the map for the curtains that we use in the field house. To get onto there, you just press 1111, and then the green light will show you that it's on. And then you'll press curtains 04. You have to do a 0 in front of any single digit number. And then if it's a double digit number, you can just use the 10, 11, 12. The batting cage nets are 1 and 2 on the control center, and then you would just do 01 or 02 and press it down, and then you can just do the same thing for back up. You have to press curtains and then the number every time you want to go down or up, and you will not use the miscellaneous for these. The Clara Lynch lights are pretty easy to use as well. Just grab the Clara Lynch key from the hooks, and then all you do is put the key on the inside keyhole and then turn it. So you'll need your ID to scan into the fitness center. Then the first thing you'll do is to turn on the lights. There's one right around the corner from the door, and you need to flip all 3 switches, and you can turn the fans on to high or medium. The please do not touch is just for other people. The desk that you can sit at work is over here, and when you open, you should write down the date, hours, and who the attendant is. Then there are daily duty cards for each shift on cleaning responsibilities that you have. There is also a head count sheet for however many people come into the fitness center each hour, so just make sure you fill that out for each date. There are also weekly schedule sheets, weekend sheets usually, and then the contact numbers for the employees. It's all on that column behind the desk as well. Right around the corner from the desk is the cleaning storage room. So you'll use your same key to get into lock boxes to get into this lockbox, and then you need to get the key with the blue band. That key will unlock the storage room, flip on the light, and then you can use the kickstand to keep it open. This contains all of our cleaning solutions, and we use 24 as our quick cleanup, number 10 is our top clean, number 2 is our window clean, which is probably the most commonly used solution we have. We also have all of our towels back here, and once you use a towel, you throw it into the hamper, and then the hamper needs to be taken out every day as well as part of a duty. This key unlocks our disinfectant wipe containers. Then there's also this special key that is used specifically for just that disinfectant wipe holder right there. So if a disinfectant wipe needs to be changed, you'll just grab one of these big, huge rolls And once we're down to 6, please tell Amanda, but we obviously have a lot right now. You'll just bring it over to the container that needs to be changed. It's really easy. You just stick the key sideways into there and just slightly turn it. The door will open, and what you'll do is you'll open up the bag on the top and then grab the first roll, pull it through, and then it'll be coming out the top. Super easy. When you shut it, you just slam it shut basically. These are just more lights that you need to turn on for the actual weight room part. Come over here, you hit fan, and lights goes the opposite way. And then you need to hit the one light as well. So if you need more cleaner or you need to mop for your daily duty, you have to take the key with the blue band and make sure to grab your ID so you can get back into the fitness center. You'll walk and you're going to go into a special janitor closet that we keep our mop and solutions in. It's around the corner by the men's and women faculty locker rooms. It's right in between them. So the key with the blue band will open it. And then you'll see that on the back wall there is a special dispenser that carries all different types of solutions that we will be using. And then it has the hose to get it into the containers. And the mop that we use is a backpack mop. It is right behind the door, and you'll use that and grab a mop pad that's in the storage closet to mop up anything. There is a bag that is inside the backpack that contains a solution. If it is running low, there will be another video to show you exactly how to change that. When using the backpack mop, it's really easy to change out the fluids. So what you're going to do when the bag is empty is you're going to come over to this, and we can use either the Top Clean number 10 or you can use QC Plus number 24. And another tip is that you can use neutralizer if it is salty on the floor in the wintertime. And what you do, what you do is you would change the dials. So basically it's pretty easy, you just press it in and turn it. And then we have to make sure that both these valves are closed on the regular hose because regular water comes out there. And then we'll grab the gray hose here. And this is what will dispense the fluid. So you just press down on this button and the solution will come out when you turn on the water.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. So you can just see it's a soapy solution. So actually changing out the solution in the bag, you'll just open up the Velcro. And then you can see how much is left in the bag based on that. And what you're going to do is tip it all the way up so that no solution will come out the top end. And then you unscrew this cap here. And then just insert the nozzle and press the button. So if you open at the desk in the morning or on the weekends, you're going to get the lockbox key for rec desk gates, and this door was unlocked, but if it's locked, the pin thing will be on the side. You'll just unlock, you'll hear it lock, and the pin will go upright. You just pull the door up, all the way up. And now if you're closing, you just do the opposite. You press the pin down and then you lock it, and then just shake it a couple times, make sure you actually got it fully locked. But if you're still opening, you keep it open. And then you're going to walk all the way around the corner and you have to turn on the lights. So on the wall with the tennis poles, you're going to flip all the field house lights on. They're labeled. And then around the corner by the ski poles, it says I am desk. That's the actual lights that you need to turn on for the desk. You can still use your rec desk gate key and open up the back storage room. It's always helpful to do that in the morning, just so people can be ready to move equipment if they have to. We have to put in that as a door stop, so just make sure you always have something blocking the door. The aerobic studio is next. You use your key, get into the lockbox for Campus Rec Aerobic Studio rec desk gates, and you're going to walk over to the aerobic studio. So in this case, the aerobic studio was open for us, but the openers will have to do this every day. You just use your key, unlock the door, and then we always have a dumbbell that we just use to keep it open so people know that they can go in there. This sign will have the aerobics classes that are going on. Obviously, Zumba's not going on today, but you'll just change it and add whatever is going on each day. This podium will have class information, and this is where you'll scan people in for classes. This next part will show how to fill out event setup forms for people to know when to set up for events. The EMS facility schedule is on the desk, and every day you should open up and read what events are going on. You'll also see the event setup sheets behind that, and the sheets look like this. So if you're an opener or on the weekend, you should take the EMS facility schedule binder and grab the event setup sheet if there isn't one already on the desk. And you're going to check out what is going on during the day. So, for instance, this day there is a group of tennis people coming in, and you have to fill out each part of the sheet to the best of your ability. So, it'll say what date it's needed, the time that you need to have it set up by, which we suggest writing half an hour before, the event, which is tennis, and then the necessary items to be set up. So, this one says net up, curtains down, and green screens in corners. If you watch the net setup video, you'll know what I'm talking about. Just make sure you're checking this event setup sheet every day so that you know that you need to set things up during your shift. So now putting events on chalkboards. Pretty easy. You just look into the EMS schedule and you're going to write down almost everything that has to do with the HCC during the day. So this day has stuff going on in the pool/pool locker room, so you should just write it down anyways. Most times it will be open swim, so you'll write open swim and then you would say what time it is. This event is called Bicycling Around Minnesota, and they need the pool area from 4 to 9 p.m. And then also going on this day, for example, there is a group of tennis people coming in and they requested court 3. So then you would just write tennis and then the time that they're coming in. So you would say 9:30 to noon. And then the last thing for this day is that there's health at work in the aerobics studio. So you just write health at work and the time. Make sure to have everything filled out and put on the varsity athletics practices or events in the Claire Lynch thing. The aerobic studio has the same chalkboard outside, and you need to update that every day with events that are going on in the aerobic studio, like classes or other campus events.